Hello. My question is for Marcus. Marcus, could you tell me how excited you were to land this role and how that came about?
Yeah, I was super pumped to get to be a part of yet another DreamWorks project and also a franchise that I've grown up loving. And also me myself being a fan of dragons, it was just the ultimate dream come true, and getting to meet Plowhorn and the rest of the cast was extremely exciting for me. And getting to continue the story of this amazing series has been dope. Also, getting to work with John, amazing. We've worked together in the past, so coming back together was dope. But yeah, kind of, I guess it came about as any other role does, audition a little bit, you test out for the role, make sure that it fits with who you are and you really get the direction and the vision of the story. And I'm glad that everybody over at DreamWorks and John and, all of the producers felt that I could take on D'Angelo and really give him a voice. It means a lot to me, and I love him as a character. So yeah, it just all came together as a perfect merriment.
Were there any hardships in creating this? And did you create it during the pandemic? And what was that like?
We were ramping up the show right when the pandemic struck, so it was jarring, for everybody, personally and professionally. I mean, the pandemic is obviously a global thing that hit blindsided everybody. But what's wonderful is how we were able to rally, once the dust settled, and come together virtually and continue on with the show so that we could deliver this. It was I mean, I can't say enough how hard that it was, but how in some ways it's even more rewarding with what we've been able to accomplish with so much adversity thrown at us.
Mhm.
I mean, there were times when we were recording actors who were in their closets surrounded with pillows and mattresses, and we're pumped in we got a studio, we've got the actor in the closet, I'm at home, the director's in another state, and we're all trying to get the scene. And all of a sudden someone says, I hear something, because obviously when you're voice recording, normally you're in a soundproof booth. Mm-hmm. This actor's in a closet surrounded with mattresses. And the engineer says, I think I hear something. There's something there. What is that? And everyone's listening and no one can know. And then the actor says, oh, I think my pool filter's running in the backyard. And it says, well, let's shut that off and then we can continue. So it's just little things like that, I mean, we can laugh about it, because they are funny moments. But it's wildly challenging to go from like a perfect, pristine studio to having and it's not even just us that it's hard. I mean, imagine the actor who is all of a sudden sitting amongst their shoes, and we're saying, you got to crush this scene. And they're like, wait, let me turn my pool off first. It's challenging. So I'm very proud of how we were able to come together during the pandemic to deliver the show.
Hey, Marcus, what advice would you give for the younger generation that are interested in becoming voiceover actors or actresses?
I think watch a lot of cartoons, which I've watched all over the board: anime, cartoons, animation, and even growing up, I always tried to do different voices, and my parents would get annoyed when I tried to do accents or make noises from Alien or Predator and stuff like that. Try to sound like Chewbacca, but just always be curious and exploring, and just. Yeah, I think like let your imagination run free. Like even me as an adult, quote unquote, 21 years old, I still go back and I watch anime and I watch cartoons, and I'm always playing video games and trying to create worlds in my mind. I've always loved fantasy. So just staying curious and imaginative and trying not to let the dream die as you get older. I think that's probably what I'd say.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I guess my last question is, what inspiration did you use to make the modern version of this from the past? Like, what inspirations have you used, or people inspirations, or anything like that?
Well, in terms of Tom and Olivia, I was very inspired by my own relationship with my mother. We're very close, and we speak often, and I wanted that relationship to be a strong mother-son relationship. And so I was inspired by my own relationship with my mother when approaching Tom and Olivia, because I think they have a fun dynamic, and I think the fact that they're so close makes it difficult for Tom to keep the dragon secret from his mom, because he feels so connected to her. So that was one of my inspirations.
Great. Thank you so much.